Welcome to this review of last night's fight between Joyce and Derek Chisora. So, getting into it, a good fight. Obviously, at some parts quite even, and really one person providing a lot of volume, a lot of pressure, and the other fighter really in Derek Chisora giving a sort of just using head movement on the back foot and using that, and then just going with a big shot and it just connecting with Joyce not moving his head. I think Chisora did very well, especially early. Did very well to get them sort of early rounds under his belt. I think 1 and 2 I gave to Chisora, and that sort of did him in very good stead. Throughout the fight, getting them first couple rounds really gave him a bit of a platform. I think Chisora started looking tired around round 4 and 5. He was looking tired. He was looking, he started backing off more, not trying to pressure Joyce at all or come forward with anything until he was basically against the ropes or well backed up to actually throw a counter. And basically that's what he was doing. He was allowing Joyce to walk in and him just catch him as he came in, or through like 3 or 4 hands, and then Derek Chisora would just hit him with one that would do so much more damage. We saw that especially late on round 9, where he literally got caught by something and got dropped, and it was just crazy when Joyce is putting all that pressure on and not really getting him out of there. Joyce should have been able to, he's got to mix it up more. He's got to get to the body, and use that power that you have. If someone's just holding their hands up, or just using a head movement but getting backed into corners at this level, you should be able to do something to them and drop them. It just wasn't the case with Joyce, and didn't seem to be able to put the damage on him. I think he did enough damage. I think overall, he did damage to Chisora, of course. With that amount of punches, you always will do. But there was no connection of, okay, he's Chisora's hurt, I'm going to get him out of there. And it just seemed a bit of an odd one, where Joyce was meant to be going forward from this fight into getting back into that sort of top end of the heavyweight division. Chisora's looking to retire, and he's putting in so much more effort into them shots. Okay, you're backing him up, but you need to be backing him up smartly to actually go, okay, I'm going to set him up with a couple shots and I'm going to throw the big hand. And it just didn't seem to work out at all for him. Even in the last round, when Chisora is going to be the most tired out of any round in that fight, he's connecting with a good few punches that are just, actually scary for Joyce to be getting connected with. There's no head movement from Joyce. I think it's a tough one. I think we will see him again. But I think, again, he needs to move that head. He needs to get people out there. He needs to be able to do that. And it just seems to be that from his last fight, he couldn't get the guy out of there, pressuring someone. Actually, he couldn't again, but Chisora's a better fighter and could actually hit back and throw something back late on in the rounds. And that was the difference between Joyce's last fight to this fight. The only difference is Chisora has a punch on him where actually late on he's going to keep that power enough to counter you, and has enough experience as well to actually get that, been high enough level to get that counter on you. And I think that's a problem. I think Joyce will continue fighting. I think that's sort of what he alluded to after the fight as well. But really, his days at the top of that heavyweight division are very... I don't think it happens again. I don't think he gets to this level again. I think it's not good what we're seeing from Joyce currently. He's not really been... After that, the 2 Zhang fights where he lost, I don't know what's happened, but he's just lost something. He's just lost that ability, before the Zhang fight. If you put Joyce against Chisora, I don't think this happens. I think Joyce gets it done and shows that he's at the top of that heavyweight division and looking to press on as Chisora is getting to the end of his career. So a worrying thing for Joyce, I think. If you haven't got it anymore, you've earned the money at the top of that heavyweight division, unless you get a good fight, which is worth a good amount of money. And, look, they're all prize fighters at the end of the day. They're all doing this for a living. he needs to stop. I don't think there's any point unless you're getting paid a lot of money to fight anyone, which is going to be difficult to get that sort of level of money if you're not fighting at the sort of top end of that heavyweight division like you've seen. Is it really worth him to fight anymore? And that's a real question he's got to ask himself. His team's got to ask him, his manager and things like that. Chisora obviously retired now, pretty much. I think confirmed with his speech after the fight. Been a great career, great win to go out on, and many fighters can't. Many fighters go out on a loss, goes to so far, carry on until you just lose so many fights. Actually, you just got to retire. There's nothing more for you to do. I think this is the best way you could go out. Chisora fighting still at the world level. Joyce obviously a great fighter. On that cusp of that world level sort of thing. Was going to get back into it if he beat Chisora. And Chisora stayed there for so long, at top end of that division, heavyweight division. And a great career, great fighter, loved by so many fans. Sad to see him go, but great to see him retire on a win. And yeah, all the best to Derek Chisora in his future, whatever he does after boxing, because what entertainment he's brought the fans, especially in the UK over the years. He's brought so much excitement. And yeah, that's really what I thought about the fight. I think Joyce will fight again. I think it's going to be tough for him. I think there's a redevelopment needed if he is going to get anywhere near that top world division, end of that division again. After this fight, because that was scary to see that actually Derek Chisora is looking at the end of his retirement, and he sort of looked like he was getting to that point in the fight, and Joyce can't get him out of there and actually does lose and gets dropped. So difficult for Joyce to go forward from this, but please let me know what you thought in the comments down below of the fight. Obviously I picked wrong. I thought Joyce would get this done, but Chisora surprised me totally, and very glad Chisora got a win. Totally deserved it in the fight overall, and did very well. So please let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.